What's up, y'all? It's your girl V with Reality Recap here for another live Tea Talk session. We are streaming live right now across Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. And y'all know why we here. Let me just go ahead and put it up on the screen. But y'all know why we here. We are here to discuss last night's season finale of Life After Lockup. We have the chat is live right now. So if you have comments on the episode, on any of the couples, feel free to put your thoughts in the comments. I'll be reading your thoughts as I give you my unsolicited thoughts on last night's episode. And also, don't forget, we have all new couples coming next Friday with Love During Lockup. We got a whole new lineup, a whole new cast of toxic couples. We got a sneak peek of the season last night. Really concerned for Tia. I put that in my story last night. Tia, and I think his name is Rob, who wants to come straight home to the strip club instead of spending time. So it doesn't end here. We have all new couples next week. Again, Love During Lockup. I will continue to go over the couples in the new show. So the recaps will continue right on. So don't miss a beat. Make sure you are liking my videos, please. Subscribe to my YouTube channel so you don't miss any of the recaps. I have a few more also I'm going to drop for you later today. Hi, Lily. Thank you for checking in on YouTube. Yes, you are here right on time. I'm going to be dropping some recorded podcast episodes later today on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, Salt Lake City, and I'm going to give you a cute little rundown on the season premiere of Southern Charm. So let's get into it. Y'all jumping right into it on Instagram. Says, hey, Tennie addressed the fact that she put hands on her mother-in-law first. No, she didn't. I mean, if you talk about on last night's show, no, she didn't. Hey, D Candy, thank you for checking in. I also want to say, guys, I'm working really hard. I told you guys I'm trying to put together a little reunion per se of some of the couples from Life After Lockup in the season that we just ended. I reached out to Key Rock and Brittany. I reached out to Melissa and Louie, Tennie and Rob, of Kim and Joey. I reached out to a few couples trying to get them all here for us to ask questions. I told them the people have questions and they need to come to the front. But I will tell you, it's been very hard working with their schedules and trying to figure it out. They work on the weekends, they have gigs and, appearances, things like that. But above all, some of them seem like they have a little bit of trouble coming to the front and taking accountability. I'm just going to put that out there. So I'm still working on it. We were trying to get it scheduled for tomorrow. I don't know if that's going to work out. I know Melissa and Louie, they have a appearance tomorrow, a meet and greet tomorrow. So I'm trying my best to work it out with you guys. But y'all go over to their pages and tell them, tag my page and tell them y'all need to come on over, come to the carpet and be accountable for your actions on our TV screen. That's all. Well, it's a safe space. Well, I don't mean no harm, but we need to get to the nitty gritty. All right. So, but yeah, oh, you said she was live on TikTok, but I missed it. No, I didn't see her TikTok. I really pay TikTok no mind after they deleted my page of over 50K followers. I barely go on it. I still am a little hot about TikTok, but I'll see what she was talking about. Maybe she's saved or somebody screen recorded or anything, and I'll definitely watch it. But let me know. Type in here what did Tennie have to say, because they're actually the first couple we're about to talk about. So type in here what she had to say or what you heard on her TikTok by any chance. But if anybody did see Tennie's TikTok, and we'll get into it. Lily said, are you going to their meet and greet? I want to, Lily. It's about an hour away. Like, Melissa lives in Jersey, but she don't live in like Jersey, if you get what I'm saying. But she's like South Jersey, more like Philly. It's about an hour away from me, but I was thinking about it. They have like, it's at a pizza shop, and they have the Grinch there where you can get a free picture with the Grinch. So I was thinking about it, Lily, but it's cold as hell outside to be traveling all the way down there. And my kids probably be hollering if they see the Grinch. I don't know, but I'm thinking about it. But let's get into Tennie and Rob and last night, what we saw of them. So we saw Rob and his mama. She outside slamming the table and screaming in his nice little neighborhood. And my opinion, rightfully so, because she's trying to tell him that Tennie hit her first or put her hands on her first. He's saying no, that didn't happen. Flashback shows that it did happen. She definitely grabbed his mom's face and gave her a nice little mush. But she up there yelling in their neighborhood. Tennie sees it on the video camera. I said, "My, how the tables have turned." Right? We used to have Rob on Love during Lockup. He the one watching her every move on the cameras. Now she's at work watching his every move on the cameras that's set up all throughout the house. And kudos, I said this last week, kudos to Tennie for getting a job as a paralegal. She did jump right back into the workforce. Not sure why she wasn't doing that the whole time he was locked up, but she's jumped back into the workforce and got a good job. So she took an early lunch when she saw that his mom was there and they were arguing and outside, and she said her kids were in the house and she was on her way over there. It does seem like, well, even if just for the episode at least, D Candy said, "Well, who by me upstate New York?" They like upstate New Jersey. I don't know who's upstate New York besides you, D Candy. But yeah, Rob and his mom seemed like they had a small breakthrough last night after she calmed down. It seemed like it was going in the right direction, although when asked by the producers if she wanted to reconcile with Tennie, she said she didn't want to answer that right now because she still felt some type of way. But it was also like she seemed to happy to make up with him in case she needed any money. So it's very clear that with his mom that she expects her children to take care of her in return as she took care of them. She said that's why she had 5 sons, so that she can be taken care of. So she's happy that they're on a better page in case she need a couple dollars, he should be able to give it to her. So she's still money driven in all things that she does. But I was a little disappointed because I thought Tennie and his mom was going to be there at the same time, but it seems like Rob's mom got out of there before Tennie got home. That was disappointing because in the sneak peek or the preview of it, it was almost as if it was made to kind of the perception of they both were there at the same time and that they were gonna get into it, have a conversation, whatever, and that wasn't the case. So I don't know, but Tennie makes her way home and she's coming in hot. I see where she's coming from the fact that he should have told her that his mom was coming over. She probably would have been against it. She maybe would have said meet her elsewhere or something like that, or not while I'm not there, or my kids, you go out and meet her somewhere. I don't think she would have agreed to it. That's probably why he didn't tell he didn't tell her. But she came in upset that he had his mom there and did not tell her. And she asked Rob in that conversation when they were going back and forth, "Do you feel like I provoked your mom?" And he said, "No, I don't feel like you provoked her. I had your back on that." And in her confessional, they asked her, like, "Did you provoke her? Did you put her hands on her first?" She said, "No, absolutely not. That ain't her character. Next question." You did, sis. So to be a fly on the wall when they see these playbacks, that's why, honestly, she's the one that really is not trying to come up on here and do the reunion. She told me that she needed to talk to Rob and get back to me, and she's trying to ghost me a little bit because what do you say now that you've seen this back? Like you are saying that his mom needs to have some accountability after the altercation. His mom didn't reach out to her or the kids, and now she's over there when you have to hold yourself accountable as well. I get that, do I think that his mom was right? I said this before. Absolutely no. She was not right. The way she was talking to Tennie, the way she's been treating Tennie, it's like you're poking a bear, you're poking a bear. And I'm not going to wait for someone to hit me. So when Tennie turned around and bent down in her face, like, "What is your issue with me?" I would be on guard too. I'ma stand up like, "Nuck if you buck." So when she stood up and she was, arguing, Teenie did mush her first. So neither one of their hands are clean in that altercation. It's really not. And they both need to be accountable. Rob's mom needs to stop looking for Rob to take care of her in her grown age. And if he don't have it, he don't have it. Simple as that. D Candy said, but I mean it's his mother. He should have just mentioned but not asking permission. I hear you on that. It's his house as well. He shouldn't have to ask permission, but right, he should have gave her the heads up. Her kids were there. Barry daughter 70 said, in Teeny's defense, she probably blacked out and don't remember. They are both wrong. I don't know if she blacked out or don't remember Barry's daughter, but nice of you. I don't know, just the way in the confession that she was like, that ain't my character. I wouldn't do something like that. It was like, you showing us that character right now. How you say your name? Is it Take Twat? Take Twat? Or Take T Wat? I hope I'm not saying that wrong. Said on Instagram, explain how Rob had a higher income in prison. Now, from what he's saying, now I don't know if I'm crazy or what, but I said to you guys, I thought when he was in prison, there was talks of him having a business with his brother, some type of lucrative business. Um, Take Two TT. I'll say it like that. Can I just call you Take Two? Can I do that? But I could have swore when there was love during lockup, there was some conversation about him having a business with his brother. And that was a lucrative business that afforded his lifestyle or, the lifestyle that he was providing to Teenie. I don't hear anything about this business anymore, unless I'm losing it. I'm gonna go back, but I'm like 100% sure there was talk about a business that we don't hear anything else about. Take Two. Then also from what they're saying, in when he was locked up, he used to do a lot of gambling, probably selling stuff like, if he had commissary and stuff like that, he was selling that and he did a lot of gambling and it seems that he was good at it. So that money was coming in and generating. Now he's on the outside and he doesn't have those same, I guess, income. I don't know if he had a pharmaceutical business. Barry's thought. We're not gonna put that on that man that's trying to do right. But I don't know what the business was, if it was something with trucking, moving, something to that nature. But there was talks of him having a business. And then right, when he was locked up, he was gambling, making money that way. And that's also one of the questions I have for Teenie. Why was she not stacking that money and still working? Like she became a stay-at-home mom off of prison gambling money? That doesn't, yeah, it's not adding up for me either, D Candy. So I just wonder, the income is definitely questions that I have because now he is on the outside and working for FedEx. And, he said that was one of his I guess goals was to drive the FedEx trucks and things like that. But, nothing wrong with that. But it's not the same income. You see, they're not even in the same house that they were in when he was locked up. It was a really, a bigger house, a nicer house. Now they're in a smaller house, things like that. So I don't know why you would not be working when you have two kids, depending on a man. You're married to him. I get that. But depending on what he's bringing to you from prison, instead of continuing to be a paralegal and bringing that money in and stacking whatever he had for when he came home. I don't know. On YouTube, Lily said, I started to dislike Teenie after last night's show. She dismissed the producer after they asked her about the incident. Yeah, that's what I was saying, Lily. She showed in that moment her character that, in my opinion, it is in her to mush his mom. She has a bit of, she can go a 0 to 100 real quick. I don't know where she get that from because her mom wouldn't even help her in the fight. I don't know where it comes from, but she definitely has a little temper behind her, even when she's talking to him and cursing at him and going back to his tattoo and telling him he got to get it removed. But I don't know where they go from here, because it said at the end of the episode that Rob and Tennie have had no communication with his mom since filming Wraps. So I don't know where they go from here. Real talk. I don't. D Candy said, "What money?" Once again, the mother talking about, right. Like, it seems like she's looking at, it feels like Rob Moms looks at Teeny's lifestyle, the things that he provides for her, like the house she was living in, the big truck. She was shopping then and everything. And she's counting the money or counting the pockets. And now she's expecting him to do that for her as well. And she's, saying like, yeah, in case I need a couple of dollars, as if he's still making or still has this amounts of money. I don't know. On top of the fact that she threw it in Teeny's face last season on Love during Lockup that his ex-girlfriend, the one that he had tattooed on his arm, would take care of her as well. Make sure she had, probably gave her money, checked in on her, things like that. So she rubbed that in Teeny's face as well. Oh no. How you say that? Is it Yasis on YouTube said, wonder if she can tell Rob is in the closet. Lord have mercy. Y'all always questioning these men. I don't know. I don't know if he is or if he's not. He just seems like, I'm trying to figure out how he got wrapped up in this criminal lifestyle. He seems like such a nice person, a people pleaser. He's that he wants to, he told both of them last night, I can do better. I can do better. He's trying to really walk a tightrope between the two of them and make them happy. And he comes off as a bit of a people pleaser to me. I don't know about this man's sexuality though. Y'all said he's too fruity. I can't with y'all. D Candy said Rob was broke and still is sorry. Yeah. I don't know, man. We'll see if I can get them on the show. It does look like, well, Tennie was willing to, and I agree with that too with Tennie. Tennie said, look, I want you to have a relationship with her. You just can't do it here. Not saying I agree with that, but she was saying that, why don't you establish a relationship with her? You can't even establish a good relationship with her because every other week she's crying. She's yelling at you, crying. Y'all not talking. She ain't answering your phone calls. So how about you get your relationship on track with her first, and then we can bring me into it and the children. Y'all just work on y'all first while I guess she gets over the altercation that happened. Official, can I call you official Neek? She said, I don't see it. I don't think he's fruity. I don't either. And officially, Neek said Teeny did hit the mom first. Sure did. So if I could get this reunion together, hopefully she can come. If any of them are listening right now, we all in the group chat together in the DMs. Like, let's get this popping so you can come on, and whatever we may have missed on the TikTok live she did last night, addressing it. Again, I'll go look for that. If I find any clips, I'll put it up for you. But I want to hear her side. Because if not, I'm going to reach out to the mama and interview her. Right. I need both of them to take accountability. She was talking reckless to Teenie, and she kept pushing her buttons throughout last season and this one, taking accountability for that. She really has no valid reason not to like Teenie from what we see, other than worried about the money that Teenie gets. She's mad at Teenie because Rob take care of her. Like, she really, to me, just from observations of what we see on the show, we don't know what goes on when the cameras are down, but she is almost jealous of Teenie and the way he takes care of her. And that's her reason for not liking her. She doesn't really have a valid reason for the ways that she's treated Teenie from what we've seen. So accountability on both sides, I think. But I agree. Teenie definitely mushed the hell out of her and touched her first. I wish they had a tell all too, Ye sis. I'm trying to make that happen. Trying to make it happen. Anything else on Rob and Teenie? I will say, overall, this reunion, not reunion, this finale was a bit disappointing. It was whack as hell. I'm looking forward to the new season, Love During Lockup next week. It definitely seems like we're about to get a whole new set of toxic couples and drama. But this was a very lackluster finale. Would you guys agree? Let me know. But it was nothing to write home about. D Candy, you say that about everything. I can't. D Candy, she don't like none of these shows, like all of them. She be like, D Candy, tell me one show that you okay with right now. She's a very harsh critic. She be like, it's whack, it's corny, I don't want to watch it. You watch it and I'll listen to your recap. She is a very harsh critic. Take Two said, I'm concerned for the kids. Last night showed that Rob brings drama into their household. I'm not concerned for the kids for the simple fact, like they seem like the most mature. I've been saying that the last couple of weeks. They're very articulate. They make a lot of sense when they do their interviews. And they really seem to have more sense than the mama and Rob and Teenie all put together. Now, that's why I agree with Rob could have met with the mom somewhere else, or again let Teenie know so she could have made arrangements for the kids. But whoever started the fight, when it comes to the kids, there was an altercation had, and you're not going to bring somebody around I had an altercation with, whether I started it or not, without me knowing. But the kids seem like the smartest ones. You can't say Love After Lockup. I've been a fan from day one, so that's the only one that she likes. But you agree with the finale was a little whack. You just don't know now about it. Don't give up on it yet, T Kenny. Let's see these new couples next week. I started looking them up on Instagram so I can start following them so we could jump right into next week's season. So don't give up, because that sneak peek, I was like, this could be really good. I'm into it. Let's talk about Bianca and Daniel, chat. So Bianca's friend went back home after coming for just one day. She went back home. She dropped off at the airport, and she comes back and she suggests that they go on a date because she wants to talk about the stuff that her friend told her. So she suggests a date, and as soon as they say, I say, here we go, another failed date about to come. The double date ain't go well. The walking and holding hands ain't go well. Nothing they do goes well. Picking him up and dropping him off for work don't go well. Nothing goes well for Bianca and Daniel, which, by the way, spoiler alert, in case y'all didn't know, but if you follow or you've been watching my recaps, you know that word on the street is Bianca and Daniel are not together anymore. Bianca, she blocked me, but I saw it through my good Judy, according to Amber, where he got caught cheating on Bianca. She found messages and like it seemed like social media messages. They never take a shower. That don't go well either, Z Candy. They never take a shower. They always jumping in the bed with their street clothes on. Just nasty. But they are not together, according to what we saw. Bianca has moved out. We saw at the end of this that they moved into a new apartment. I had told you guys that a few weeks ago as well on the recaps, that they have moved into a new apartment and they seemed happy all through October. She was posting pictures of them lovey and huggy and at the pumpkin farm patch and all of that stuff. But like about a week or two ago, she put up she did a post and delete of some messages she found in his phone. He had been sending some peen pics. He sent some explicit pics to women. He had been talking to about a few of them. He had actually slept with one of them. So she moved out. So they are, we'll see if they get back together or not. I don't know. But she blocks me. I'm going to show y'all this one more time if I can find it real quick. Show y'all this on my camera. Because also word on the street was that Bianca allegedly was pregnant. So I'm waiting to see if she pop out. Because then that would make it harder to leave him alone. But this was the picture that was dropped. If y'all could see that, it was dropped in my inbox by little birdie. And this was like a behind the scenes, and you see the little stomach. So allegedly, she could possibly be pregnant, but she did post and delete those messages. She said she moved out of their apartment. So, but yeah, she suggests a date. They're going out on a date, and her date outfit was trash. Sorry, had to say it. I don't know. I just want Bianca to cut that thin ass hair. I keep telling y'all that. I just want her to cut them thin ass ends, wear a nice bob, get some sun. Like, she's in Arizona, for God's sakes. Why does she always look like she just drowned in a pool? Um, like, get some color on her face, cut the dead end hair off, and dress like you got this money that you say you got. I don't know, but the day outfit was trash. Those flip flops were getting on my nerves, but they go to a Japanese friendship garden, which I said, how fitting, how fitting for the conversation that was to come for them to go to a friendship garden. I thought they were going to go out to eat or something like that, but they went to a friendship garden. D. Candy said, yes, she looks like old something. I don't know what's going on. And some people were noticing, like, I know she has the cut on her neck from her the drunk driver accident, but some people was mentioning that they saw bruises on her neck or something. I don't know. I just saw the scar, but somebody mentioned that in the comments, that what are those bruises on her neck. I was going back and looking, but I didn't really see anything. Y'all tell me if y'all saw something different. But yeah, they go to the friendship garden, and he's telling her that he doesn't regret proposing to her while he was locked up. He wants to, propose eventually, but that he does wish that he should have waited. And I'm not, hey, Latoya, thank you for checking in on Facebook. I'm not clear what Bianca is looking for from a man that's a month out of prison. I'm tired of saying the same thing every single week with these couple. Like, she's living in a fantasy world. And at this point, it doesn't even seem like she wants the relationship to work. It's more so proving everyone back home where she moved from right by pushing this relationship along, pressuring him to propose to her. She expects a lot from a man that just served the amount of time that he had the charges that he had, for him to come home, look for a job, be able to give her this, get he has a car, so she ain't got to pick him up from work, or he should be able to Uber wherever she don't want to pick him up all the time. Like, it's unrealistic expectations, on top of the fact that he's a recovering addict. And, like, I don't get what it is she's expecting. I mean, I get she's 24, but common sense is common sense. What are you expecting from him overnight? And again, he has some accountability in this, because he should not have proposed to this girl while he was locked up. He was doing what they all do, jail talk. And she believed it. But I wouldn't even want him to propose to me. He's a month out of prison. I don't get, like, to want a child from him, to want some huge diamond from him, to want him to, propose when y'all can't even walk down the street holding hands without arguing. Why would you want that? It does not make sense, and I'm so tired of them. I really am. Victoria says she act worse than a teenage child. Just, yeah, a lot of temper tantrums. Like, I don't get what she's looking for. D Candy on Instagram says she's a kid. Go back home to your parents. Right. It's like she's trying to avoid the "I told you so" from her family, that she said kind of cut her off, isn't talking to her because of the decision that she made. She doesn't want to prove them right. That seems more important to her, in my opinion, than actually being in love. She don't love him. And Daniel had a spot on observation. He was saying, like, she don't even love herself. So, and he was, he even said that I didn't love myself at that age. And he's trying to be patient and work with her because of what he went through at that age. But no matter what he does, she's not going to be happy. And he did again say to her, like, I don't regret proposing. We just need to take some time. I need to get established. I just got a job, my first job. Let's not forget this man has a 14-year-old child that he has never taken care of and an ex-wife that he going to have to deal with and get things together and get that relationship back on track. He needs to get stability in his job, in his financial situation. I would want him to do all of that before proposing to me. You and Bianca, I've said that she needs to look inside herself because she just ran from Florida, running from her own problems. She's running from the trauma of that, drunken driver accident she was in. She's running from the trauma of the child that she lost. She has to work on that herself as well. If she don't see that, honey, we can't help you. But Daniel actually makes sense. He should not be proposing to her right now. I was hoping that her family would see that and be like, I don't agree with her decisions, but at least he got some type of head on his shoulder where he know better than to rush in and propose to her when he's not in the capacity to be a husband. I don't know. Latoria said, child, she posted text messages and all this week. She claimed he cheated on her. She even posted a pic of the girl and him together. Oh, she's still posting more stuff. I was telling the people before you came in how she did the post and delete, and the other women that he was with, he has sent some explicit pictures. He sent some peen pics and stuff like that. I was telling them that she said she moved out of the apartment and everything. So, mhm. So after all the pressuring, he did end up pulling out the promise ring, and he was very clear on his intentions with the promise ring that it wasn't an engagement, that he's promising to do the things necessary to put himself in a position to be a good husband for her. That's what the promise ring. He was very clear on his intentions with the promise ring. I mean, she accepted it, and until he didn't put it on that left ring finger. He was like, "No, we're gonna wear this on the right, just so you don't, ever get it confused on what my intentions was with this ring. We're gonna put it on the right." She catches an attitude. She said it doesn't fit, and she said it goes on my middle finger. I guess that's where it should be. She sticks her middle finger up at the camera in her confessional, and immediately she's back mad. I said he can't win for losing. She said that she didn't think that he had good intentions behind giving it to her, that she, what is he promising? She expected him to give the promise ring, and the promise ring is a promise that he's going to marry her in 6 months. And he was like, "No, I'm not going to do that." So he love bombed her definitely in prison. He prison talked the hell out of her. And now all of a sudden he's setting clear intentions, boundaries, and expectations. So I told you his hands ain't clean in this situation, but he can't win for losing. And she feels like it's a shut up ring. It kind of sort of is. I can't take this and leave me alone. Like, I don't want to hear no more about it right now. I've set my intentions. So he's not willing to give her a time limit of when he's going to marry her. And he better listen to Gator. Run, brother, run. So, she's upset. She's not getting her way. They end up, they're leaving the friendship garden with a promise ring. And she asked him if it was from the dollar store. How degrading was that? I'm not a fan of, let me be clear, I'm no way always on this like take heed to everything the man says. The man is always right. I just believe in mutual respect. And if a man is treating you nicely, again, not even talking about their situation, I'm just not a person that's gonna tear down a man's self-esteem or try to hurt his self-esteem. I'm gonna be honest with you, and I'm gonna try to be respectful in it. But when you like he giving you the ring and you're like, huh, okay, yeah. Where did you get this from? The dollar store? Where else could he get it from? He didn't get it from the dollar store. I mean, he did get it from a store. His mom helped him with it. But what are you expecting? He just got a job like last week that you won't even help him get back and forth from. So he's spending his check on Ubers to get back and forth from the job that you won't even pick him up because you'd rather be in the comic store buying figurines. So what was you expecting him to show up with? It don't make no sense to me. So I thought that was really rude of her. And I don't think he would do that to her. That's all I'm trying to say. There should be a mutual respect. And if she had gave him some type of promise ring, no matter where she got it from, I don't think he would have said that to her. It was rude and it's demeaning to do that, man or woman. But I'm not into that. I'm really not. So I just thought that was rude as hell. I would have took my promise ring back. I wouldn't even have given it to her. When I saw him put it in his pocket, I was like, oh Lord, Daniel, don't succumb to the pressure. If you don't want to marry her, if you don't want to promise to marry her, don't do it because she's giving you all red flags. Don't do it. But she wouldn't even have gotten the date, the ring, nothing from me. So it was just rude to see her do that. Yeah, we saw at the end of the episode, like I told you guys a few weeks ago, they moved into a new apartment. It was really nice, modern, different from where they were. Hopefully they started taking showers and taking off their street clothes before they were getting in the bed in their new apartment. Because did y'all see, even when she asked him to go on a date, did she go take a shower? No, she just switched clothes and they went back out. Like, ugh. I'm so distracted by that. But I told you guys this, she said she moved out of the apartment and they are no longer together at this time. Yeah, I don't know if it was the Goodwill where he got the ring from. I don't know if it was Marshall's they was in or a thrift store, but he didn't even have a job then. He was supposed to be out getting his own clothes and stuff, and he took away from his clothes and his money from his mom and parents to buy you that ring. So be grateful. Be grateful. Because he didn't have to do that, especially with the way you acting. Like, I don't get it. Latoya says she don't put it up on the screen, but Latoya says she don't deserve nothing. Totally agree. So they are reportedly not together. Hopefully we won't see them on another season of Life After Lockup ever again. Toodaloo. Daniel, we wish you all luck. Bianca, we wish you luck too, and hope y'all both heal separately your traumas and find relationships that are meaningful to you and not filled with arguing in the middle of the street. Moving right along to the next couple. Let's see. Tori also say they be getting on here in the groups about not bathing. You should see the things they say. I seen one person say that's why he don't go down there or want sex because her cat is sour. Oh my God. And they in Arizona. It's so sweaty and hot in Arizona. Like, ugh, my goodness, child. Like, you cannot be. I would imagine Arizona that you need 3 showers minimum a day. And they just I can't tell if her hair is just greasy and needs to be washed. I can't tell if she just hot and sweating. He coming in sitting on the couch with his shirt soaking wet and pants wet from sweat. Like I'm so glad it's over for them. I don't want to see them on my screen in the bed in their street clothes no more. I had enough. Like I've had enough of Bianca and Daniel. Moving right along. All right, let's talk about Troy and Zariah. Troy and Zariah, we saw a little bit of them last night. The continuation of Troy meeting up with Yana, his baby mother. And he was under the impression that Yana was going to bring his daughter so that he can have some time with his daughter. We saw in past episodes that he was having the community day because they needed 50 volunteers or people to sign up to Project Hill, their non-for-profit where they're supposed to be offering mental health services to young children as well as recently incarcerated felons that, came home and looking to rehabilitate. They're supposed to be offering mental services there. Now, I already told y'all these are only my thoughts, so I'll say allegedly. I don't trust their non for profit. They're signing up kids so that she can get more grants that she can put in her pocket to keep funding her cherry red Kia and everything else they got going on. I don't trust. Y'all know Zariah has she has her own criminal background, and I don't trust that non for profit. And I wouldn't be signing up for it. But, you know, community day went well. They got 50 people to sign up so she can rush and apply for some more grants to pay their rent and everything else. And but in the midst, they had a rough day that day. It was their anniversary, their marriage anniversary. He was writing a long tribute, maybe Facebook, Instagram tribute to say happy anniversary to her. However, she thought that he was texting women when he was not, because clearly he's obsessed with her. And she got upset, kicked him out the car. He wasn't able to pick his mother and daughter up from the train station. Why he couldn't send an Uber or anything like that to get them is beyond me. He left them there for 2+ hours and they ended up going back home. So why would he expect Yana to then bring his daughter back down there? But he's saying he was under the impression that Yana was bringing his daughter. She didn't, because she said, that ship has sailed. I gave you a chance. I didn't want her to come down here in the first place around this woman that I don't know. I offered the opportunity with her traveling with Karen, and then you left my daughter at a train station. I wouldn't have brought her either. But he was under the impression, and he gets really upset, and he gets really aggressive and rude towards Yana, saying like, she better be in this car. I'm going to your car. What you talking about? I can't go to your car. You better open the door. Have that energy for your wife, the one that got you in this predicament. And Yana also released a voicemail that Troy, last week she released a voicemail that Troy has sent to her phone where he's cursing her out, telling her that he's gonna come to Buffalo and get her beat up, like all this stuff. And not saying that's the energy he should have for Zariah, because he shouldn't talk to women like this, period. But you forgave her from her little cheap ass I'm sorry, when she's the one that caused you not to go get your daughter in the first place. So you're mad and saying that Yana's making co-parenting difficult. Zariah's making it difficult. Zariah's saying that Yana's jealous of her. Some people even said in the comments that they think that Yana is not over Troy. Yana has a man. She got her own man. It don't come off like she's jealous of Zariah. In my opinion, it comes off like, I don't know this bitch, and you want her around my kids. Just because you hopped up and married her while you were locked up, you don't even know her on the outside. So why am I supposed to be trusting and having my kid around this woman that I don't know just because you married her? So if you want to see your child, you're going to have to come this way until I'm more comfortable, until you guys can stop arguing and yelling and she kicking you out on the side of the road. What mother is going to put their child in that situation? So what is she talking about? And then the fact that Zariah is trying to be the peacemaker or the voice of reason in this episode was truly comical, because she is the one causing all of this. It was truly comical to me, like for real. Yes, I did see Latoria said, do you know that Troy got OnlyFans? Yeah, I won't be signing up. You won't get me beyond the paywall to see that nastiness. I don't want to see him or her doing nothing on OnlyFans. But he announced when he got his ankle monitor off. He's off of the ankle monitor. So now when he's walking out upset, he won't have the ankle monitor on anymore. But he got that off. He started an OnlyFans. He also was sending some subliminals, like subliminal shots at us content creators that cover the Life After Lockup, Love After Lockup series, and saying how he about to expose and y'all ain't gonna see what's coming and I'm gonna get all of y'all. Like, okay, bruh. Okay. I'm just so tired of reality stars getting on our TV screens, putting us in their group chat, and then being upset that we have an opinion about it. I didn't ask you to come on this show. I didn't ask you to be on my TV screen. You decided to sign up for it, and that's what comes along with it. I'm not gonna just and then they be saying like, "Oh, that was edited that way. That didn't happen that way. Y'all so stupid for thinking that." For what? Believing my eyes? How do I know what's edited, what's cut together? Sometimes you can tell. Let's be honest, where it's like the conversation is being had and it's a voiceover because you don't see their lips moving and we're looking from the back of their heads, the yada yada yada. I get that type of stuff, but footage don't lie. Like Zaria did say, you got more stuff important than you're not going anywhere right now when he was supposed to be going to the train station. Like the footage don't lie. So stop trying to like get mad at us and cursing us out on your live every week because we are believing our own eyes and what we see and forming an opinion about it. Like, I'm tired of them too. I'm tired of them too. You know what I mean? Like, I'm tired of them too. But he's getting all aggressive and rude with Yana, and Z is pulling him to the side saying, like, well, this is the woman that you chose to have a child with. You're going to have to swallow your pride and have a conversation with her. Like, no, he chose to marry you and you chose to have him in this predicament. Like, what are you talking about? I'm so I'm so tired of these people. I just need Love during Lockup to start and give me some fresh couples because I can't. I really can't. And like I said, I don't blame Yana for not sending her daughter back out there. If the roles were reversed and Yana was the one locked up and married a man while she was locked up and came and the man, she came home and this man was out here and they were arguing all the time and he was kicking her out of the car and Troy made an exception and sent his daughter to Yana with this man, and the man had Yana available or unable because of their arguing to pick his daughter up from the train station, what would he be doing? All right, then. So I don't want to hear it. Yana said, let's work on this co-parenting. More than welcome to come, back home and see your daughter whenever. But for right now, y'all need to get y'all shit together before I send my daughter down here. And it made sense to me. Victoria said he's just mad because he married someone he don't know, who is a criminal herself, a liar, and do interviews contradicting herself. He mad because Z is batshit crazy. I don't know if he's mad. I don't know if he's mad or what, but because there's a codependency there. I do personally think that there's more than them just smoking. Sometimes in their interviews, they're talking very slow and lackadaisical. There's a codependency there. He can't see past that, in my opinion. Allegedly, these are my thoughts, and there's something else going on there. But he loved her stinking filthy draws. He loved everything about her. And Latoya, is that facts? Latoya said he has a learning disability. A lot of you have calling him slow and stuff. I don't like to get into doing that. But is that facts? Let me know. But, Zariah she also said that she suffers from bipolar disorder. She's telling us that this yelling at him and stuff is manic episodes, but that was her excuse in last season. And she said that she had got her medicine regimen together. So what's her excuse now? Let me know. But they're toxic. And yes, y'all know Karen, his mom, has been doing a lot of lives, spilling a lot of tea. She alleged as well that they have some type of, substance addictions. She also had Yana on her live, and Yana alleged that Zariah had tried to unalive Troy and had stabbed him. So I also saw Troy do a live or he did a video on TikTok saying that now he wants to fix it with Karen. I can't keep up. He goes back and forth with Karen. One week they're cool, next week they're not. They're talking bad about each other. They're cursing each other out. It's a lot going on between them, his mother and son. But now he wants to repair the relationship. I saw that like yesterday, or the day before. But Karen was spilling a lot of tea. She did say, when Yana said that, I think she was like, nope, we're not doing that on here. We're going to stop this conversation now. But it's just a toxic mess. And now they're bringing that toxic mess to OnlyFans. So if you want to see more of Troy and Zariah outside of their hot mess lives and videos, make sure you subscribe to their OnlyFans. I will not be, but you are more than welcome to. And tell me what's going on. Hit me in my DMs and let me know. She said, no, it's not facts. Like I ain't saying that it's not a possibility, Latoria. But yeah. Who else we gonna talk about? Let's talk about real quick Melissa and Louis. Louis, in my opinion, is the MVP of this season. He has come full circle. Aries Goddess said OnlyFans. I thought they was church folks. Yeah. No, her adopted parents are church folks. She is a rebellious woman that is on OnlyFans. And they've been dropping a lot of explicit pictures on Instagram too. Like they did some type of kind of like boudoir, how you say a boudoir shoot or whatever. And she's got all this different lingerie and they're in all these compromising poses and stuff. Like I guess that's to tempt you to go over on OnlyFans and see what they up to. But I'm good. I'm good. For real. I'm good. Tori over here on Facebook laughing at me. But yeah, I'm good. Now, Melissa and Louis. Louis, we start with them. They had their conversation. Melissa let her single, miserable ass friend Fran talk her into going to get the ring insured, but it was more so for them to get it appraised and make sure that was real because they were doubting Louis after he spent all his money, all the money that he had saved up. He spent on Melissa to please her with a nice ring. And she let her single miserable ass friend Fran have her take it and get it appraised. And she came back to Louis talking about something. Well, he said that it should be stamped. It is 14 karat white gold and it should be stamped and it's not. And that's like illegal. And she's making like, I don't believe that Melissa really was worried about Louis getting in trouble for the ring not being stamped because we wouldn't even know that had you not went and did what you did. But I would have left it alone. Like, but you go, you get it appraised. They tell you the diamond is real, the clarity is good. They tell you it's 14 karat white gold band, and you still go home bothering this man about it. D Candy said in the confession booth, Melissa was looking a little weird, or maybe it was me. She was looking skinnier in the face. Well, she might be losing some weight. She might be on that good old Ozempic. They be on TV. They want to lose weight and look good. She might be on that good old Ozempic. But he said that he felt like she didn't trust him. It hurt his feelings. And I could see that. Again, he spent all the money that he could for that ring to get her a 2-carat ring because that's what she said that her expectations were. All for you to get the ring and be like, wow, I didn't even know what 2-carat was. It just sounded like something good to say. So I said it. Like, girl, he could have spent 10,000 less and you would have been happy. Like, so that's another thing. Like you wanted this ring just because 2-carat sound good. He spent $18,000 when he could have probably just spent 10 and you would have been fine. But anyway, his feelings is hurt. He's feeling like she just keep looking at him like a felon and thinking that he's doing cutting corners or that he got the ring illegally out of some alleyway or That, and those are the things that she was saying. Like, he got it out of an alleyway. Like, it's fake. Like, he tried to bamboozle her, which he loves this girl. And she's like, after she got the ring appraised and saw that it was worth 24,000, and she's like, oh my God, he must think I'm the woman of his dreams. I said this last week. Duh, Melissa. We just waiting for you to figure that out. So, and it was also sad to see, he was like, well, do you trust me now? She's like, I'm starting to. I'm starting to trust you. Like, you say yes to a proposal from a man that you just starting to trust? What? What are we talking about here? What are we talking about? No sense to me whatsoever. Um, we'll see where it goes from here. I'm hoping to, if anything, I would like to interview them. If I'm not able to get everybody together, Melissa was one of the first ones to agree to do it. They have a meet and greet tomorrow. I'm still going back and forth in my head. Should I go to the meet and greet? Because I told you they live in Jersey, but not Jersey. They like down South Jersey. So it's like an hour away for me to go to their meet and greet at the Pizza Parlor. But if I can, I will. It's just so cold. And I love watching football on Sundays. I think it started at 11 o'clock. So I was like, if I go and be like the first one there and maybe listen to some of the games on the way back home, something like that, we'll see. But if I do go, you guys will know about it. But they have a meet and greet tomorrow where you get a free picture with the Grinch, and they're going to be at the Pizza Parlor. But, Melissa, she wants a destination wedding. Now he going to have to break his back to get his money together for this destination wedding that she wants, and the lavish wedding I'm pretty sure she probably wants. I just commend Louis on, yeah, he works at the pizza place, but being an entrepreneur, doing his training thing, going hard at that. I see him with his motivational videos, doing his thing, selling his supplements. So MVP of the season for me goes to Louis for just coming out, trying to do right, keeping his head on straight, regardless of her hating ass sister and hating ass friends. He been doing his thing, and I just commend Louis for that. So he's definitely giving MVP. And I also saw at the end of when they give like the little recaps that he was studying to be a realtor. Good for him. I always say, once you have a record or you've been locked up, at that point, your only choice to really be successful is to be an entrepreneur. Once you have a rap sheet like he has, like, that's your only choice to go hard, is to be an entrepreneur. So I do think, Louis gets, Latoya said the same. Louis gets the MVP. Is that Canella Barb said from day one he been on it? Yes, yeah. He really came out and just did what all these other women are wishing that the men would do on this show when they get out of jail. She got it and can't see past it. She can't get out of her own way. And I said unfortunately, I feel like he's gonna be paying for a long time for the things that other men did to her. She's dealt with other men. She's been in, DV situations, dealt with really bad boyfriends, picking the bad boys. And he unfortunately has to grunt bear the grunt of what other men did. And that's sad. I hope she can get out of her own way. See, see that he really does love her and live happily ever after. Because it's for staring you right in the face, Melissa. Get it together. All right. I will check my inbox, Latoya. I will. Let's talk about some more couples. Let's talk about Bianca and Key Rock, y'all. How long are we gonna act like this girl Shayla, that is Bianca's, is her name Bianca or Brittany? What is Key Rock? It's Brittany, right? I think I'm looking at the wrong thing. Let's talk about Brittany and Key Rock. That's her name, y'all. Because I was annoyed by them. All of the different, like the planning without knowing that you have permission to travel is crazy to me. Like, ass backwards. It's all ass backwards, in my opinion. I don't know. But Brittany and Key Rock, how long we gonna act like Shayla, her best friend, ain't in love with her? Huh? How long we doing that for? That girl want Brittany. Do y'all see it, or is it just me? She was extremely happy that they didn't get married that day with her smirk on her face. She's always downing Key Rock and how she needs to be more cautious and not be with him. That the girl like Brittany. Anybody else see that, or is it just me? Y'all let me know. But that girl Shayla wants Brittany. That's my thoughts. We did learn that, Brittany has to go back. She was only in how do you say it? Ricky's a girl name. Is that how it is? Rick is a girl name? Did I say that right? We just gonna say Rick. But Rick said yes, she do. I agree. Um, we know that Brittany is out in Texas with Key Rock on a 30-day pass because she has decided to afford herself some lavish lifestyle that she's rather do that than pay off her restitution, so she can't get off a parole. Her 30-day pass is up and she's going to be going back to VA. She's going back to Virginia. And we learned that because I was wondering, where is Brittany going to stay when she goes back to Virginia? Is she going back with coffee? Where is she going to be staying? So we learned last night that Brittany is going back to Virginia. She's going to be staying with who? Her best friend, Shayla. And she's on the phone with Shayla and she's talking about, so do you and Key Rock have any rules? Like basically want to know, is it okay for you to be scissoring with me or what? But she asked if they have rules and she's saying stuff like, oh yeah, we gonna go to the club and Key Rock about to lose his girl. Who do you? Cause you wanna. I don't know. She definitely want her. I don't know. Like she want her. That's what I see. And Key Rock made it clear, like, you supposed to be her best friend. I expect you to be a positive influence, not to just be going out to the club. Like, why don't you help her get on track and find a means of income so that I'm not out here working my ass off to afford everything, these funny time looking nails that she getting every single week and all these different, 90s hair buns with the baby hairs out. Like, why are you just concerned with going to the club and her stepping out on me? You supposed to be her best friend. Like, and she like, that ain't all we gonna be doing is going to the club. What else you gonna be doing, Shayla? I don't know what kind of best friend this is, but she want that girl. And Key Rock is she's Key Rock is saying like, listen, she can't just go out there and be on some in the club stuff. Like, get it together. And I agree with what he's saying. I agree with everything that he's saying. Bianca wants to put a tracker on him because he cheated in the past. She wants to put a tracker app on him and on her. She's saying, if you don't have trust, what are we doing? You took him back. That means you forgive him. And you're building back trust. So you wouldn't need no tracker app if you would just pay your damn restitutions. But all right, cool. We building relationships off shaky foundations. Cool. That's what we doing, y'all. We building it off shaky foundations. Okay. So she wants to put a tracker. He seemed to agree with it. While she go back to Virginia and has to apply for yet another travel pass instead of paying off her restitution. It's the day of her going back home, and his mom comes over and he suggests that, his mom suggests that he go back to VA if she isn't approved. And I was happy for Key Rock for once saying for himself, like, nah, I'm off of parole. I did what I was supposed to do. I'm trying to start my life. It would be stupid of me to go back to Virginia right now because I have been paying so much for this apartment. He's been paying 2 rents when he has a HVAC job set up for him in in Texas. It would be, he said, I want to get myself established too. And I'm sure he's like, he needs a steady income to afford these 90s hair bun and them long ass jeweled nails that she be wearing. So it was good to hear him speak up for himself, because I felt like in the last episodes when they was asking her what her plan is, where you gonna get a job at, and she was like, I don't need to work, right? I don't need to work. And he was like, I wanted him to speak up and say, no, you need to work. You need to help pay off your restitution. I can't do this all by myself right now. Let's get it together. Let's build together. So I just I was happy to see him stand up for himself for once. Latoria said, how do you feel about Brittany calling jobs low level and now she has one? I'm glad she got one. A few things on that, Latoria. What lavish lifestyle is she even fucking talking about that she rather live than to have her clothes from the dollar store? I said this to y'all before. Is Brittany wearing anything on y'all screen that y'all like, oh, that's high fashion. I wish I had that, or I want that, or I'm about to go cop that from the mall? When? When have y'all seen it? like, what we talking about? That old ass Benz? What are we talking about? What is this lavish lifestyle that she rather have for herself than to pay her restitution on? Where is it? Yeah, he did. I saw that at the end. Canela Barb. And D Candy says selling lipstick. Like, so that's number one. Nobody is checking for Britney's fashions. Nobody is wanting Britney to become a content creator too, because we love her fashions and we love her nails and we love her lifestyle so much. Where that's non-existent. And her acting like she didn't want to go back to waitressing and all of that. I hear what you're saying. I'm never putting nobody's job down. If you out here and you getting it and you trying to make it work for yourself, more power to you. And she's talking about she ain't selling sandwiches no more. Like, you ain't really actually was a waitress. You passed out sandwiches in the mess hall in jail. What are we talking about? So what job, what's a lower level job to somebody that ain't never had one? Real talk. Don't come to me talking about your the services you were doing while you was locked up. No. You wasn't even getting to it. Like, you ain't out here hustling and getting to it. So that's how I feel about that, Latoria. Stop laughing at me. I'm just telling y'all my unsolicited thoughts. Maybe I'm going too hard, but that you wasn't really waitressing. Like, real talk. And waitresses make good money, with their tips and everything. If you got the right attitude, and you're doing good customer service, you make good money in that. So she didn't make anybody else's job seem low. She just made herself look very low vibrational by saying those things. But we did see that at the end of the episode, I was disappointed to see, like Canela Barb said, that Key Rock ended up moving back to Virginia. I was disappointed to see that. I wanted him to stay out there, do his HVAC thing, thrive, and let her come when she could come over there. She didn't want to marry you anyway. So you not obligated, fiance or not. You're not obligated. Y'all not married. She didn't want to marry you. She stopped the wedding in the middle of the park, remember? After you put on your good suit, after Coffee dressed up her dog, after y'all had a table of cake and delectables out there, and a whole pastor out there ready to marry y'all, is when she told you that she didn't want to marry you. So I was disappointed to see that he had to go back to Virginia. So hopefully he was able to find an HVAC job out there, and she's selling cosmetics, or is it cosmetics or is it just lipstick? D Candy says she's selling lipstick. And I'm trying to figure out when she said she was gonna go back and do nails. How when you ain't got you ain't got no certification the first to do nobody nails. So I guess people just gonna trust her to do it. But she's selling lipsticks to pay off her restitution. And if it is upwards of 10,000, like she said, that's a lot of lipsticks to sell. Let me go to her page right now. You know, she told me we were trying to do the little reunion thing today. I was trying to get it done today. And then I moved it to Sunday because Melissa said that her and Louie works on Saturdays. And Brittany told me she had a fashion show today. So y'all look out for the fashion show. When the last time she posted something? Last time I see her posted something was October 25th. She said, "Hey babes, as you know, I am a stylist at Sassy Jones in Short Pump Mall, Richmond, Virginia. We got some new items today, and all I can say is they are the bomb. Hope y'all love the content. We have this in black and cognac." Y'all ever heard of that? Sassy Jones? What is that? What's the name of her lipstick? I'm gonna go look. I'm looking on her page now, but this she's selling that stuff at Sassy Jones. She's a stylist. Yeah. I don't know. This post Latoya is from October 25th. That's the last post I see for her. But she says she work at Sassy Jones. I'm gonna look at her links too and see what she's selling. She got a YouTube and a TikTok up here. What's this link to? And she has a change.org. Sign a petition. Grant Holly Landry parole. I don't even see no cosmetic line up here in her links. When she said it last night, when they said it that she was selling because the child come get one of my furs. She's selling them at a store in the mall called Sassy Jones. We don't have them in New Jersey. I never heard of Sassy Jones. But okay, you got one from I don't know. I'm on her Instagram, Latoya, and that's the last that I see. It's from October 25th, unless she took it down. So send it over. But I don't even see any links for any, or nor do I see her promoting anything. That's why when it came up on the screen that she's selling makeup to, maybe they mean at Sassy Jones. Like maybe she worked the cosmetic counter at Sassy Jones, but I didn't see her selling any like of her own cosmetics on her page. So when that was like she's selling makeup, I was like, I don't see her with no makeup line. I don't see her posting anything about that. But she's supposed to be on a fashion show today. That's why she said she couldn't do the show today. So y'all look out for that. Yeah, this is her IG that I'm looking at. It's Brittany. Her IG is Brittany Love After Lockup. Key Rock is on Instagram too. He's Key Rock Love After Lockup. But yeah. Both of them are on IG. Look for them in my following. But they're both on there. So yeah, maybe that's what she meant. She's selling makeup at Sassy Jones. Ethan said, "Thank you for checking on YouTube." And I'm sorry, I am said, "Hey Queen, sorry I missed that. How are you?" Ethan said, "Would you date someone in prison?" If I was with someone and they got locked up, I've been in that situation before. But would I go to a website and would I wake up any day in my lifetime and say, I'm going to go find me a pen pal and date somebody locked up that I don't know them at all? No, I'm not going to do that. Nope. It would never even cross my mind until watching this show that there were even websites out there for you to be able to pen pal with an inmate. Like the jails I know, they ain't got no computers and shit for you to be doing that like that. So I didn't even think that was something you could do. So yeah, no. Yeah, see, yeah, that was in September. That's the last that I see her working at the Sassy Jones. So again, maybe that's what she meant. She working the cosmetic counter at Sassy Jones or something, but I don't see an actual makeup line. So yeah. Sad to see Key Rock had to go back from Texas. I would love to have a conversation with them. Again, I'm doing my best to try to get them together. Some of them don't want to be held accountable though. It's hard, they answer when they want to, and they I guess they saw the episode and they running, but I'm trying. Okay, I'm gonna check that too, Latoria, in my inbox. But I was sad to see he had to go back, and I would love to see where they're at now. Where's her restitution at now? Those are the type of questions I have for them. I also want to know, why the hell would you even plan to go to Texas without having permission first? Why would you do that and have your mama pack up her entire life to go out there and now you move back here? Why? Those would be my questions for them. So we got two more couples to talk about. Let's talk about Kim and Joey. Um, Joey, as we know, is back in rehab. He had to go back and do 60 days in rehab because Kim says that he had THC found in his system because he went to a vape store or CBD store and he got this synthetic marijuana that shows in the P test as THC. So he had to go do a 60-day program. I don't know if I believe that. I told you guys, she's only going by what he said was in that P test. We don't know if that's the truth or not. Tatum is over there. That's her hating ass cousin, but she says she's happy for them. She showed up on my live a couple of weeks ago and said she's no hater. She's happy for them, but she's definitely giving hater vibes on our TV screen. But Tatum's over there. Kim whips out the DNA results that came. Tatum reads the results like she's motherfucking Maury, and she's saying like, basically that Joey is not the father. Can I be honest with y'all? I didn't believe that. I felt like when I look at her son, her two sons, and her husband, and the curly hair that her husband had, even though his face was blurred out, he had this really curly, like dirty blonde hair. Her oldest son has that same type of hair, but her younger son looks just like Joey. Same hair, same face. He looked just like Joey to me. I felt like she went to that lawyer. The lawyer told her, listen, this man been paying you child support for, she getting $2,500 a month for however long they've been separated. And if it's found that this is not his son, you could owe that money back to him. I think that her and the producer sat down and said, you know what? Let's make like it's not your dad, that's not his dad, so that you won't have to, it won't be out there on TV that is, that's not his son, and you won't be owing this back child support. I was completely shocked that those results allegedly said that he's not the father. Those are my thoughts on that. D Candy says she know he getting high, moving like a crackhead. Like she was making like, well, if he is on, if he is on that Christina Aguilera, then he should be up. He's down. I can barely get him out the bed. Like maybe he's just coming down off his high. I don't know, but I don't know. I don't believe that. I don't believe that all he had found in his system and had to do 60 days was THC. Lily, hi, thank you. She said, I knew Joey wasn't the dad. I think he is the dad, Lily. I think he is, and they just didn't want to put it on the TV. So she wouldn't owe that back child support. But anywho, they say that he's not the father. Cool. She seems relieved that she doesn't have to now pay that back child support or tell her son that all this time you thought this was your dad and he's not. Then she also mentioned that, well, if that's the case, I was pregnant before I started messing with Joey and didn't know it. Love that for myself. Then why are we here doing a DNA test? Like, why are we doing this test? Why? I don't know. It's giving storyline. That's what it's giving. But I also wanted to ask you guys when because she's not going to leave him. We know that. The test came back. He's not the father. She told him, and he seemed disappointed. He tried to act like he wasn't disappointed, but he ended the call. He really felt in his heart that that was his son. He was excited to do the test, and I think it did impact him. I'm kind of glad that she told him while he was in rehab, so hopefully he could deal with those feelings, because if he was on the outside, he might have had another dirty P test after she told him that. So, hopefully he can deal with those feelings before he comes out. And Kimberly is just say that. Just say you decided whether he backslides or not, that you're gonna stick beside him. Like trying to make us think that he went from having a dirty P test to a clean one, and like he ain't do nothing to clean out his system. Or like you Googled and said that Christina Aguilera only take 3 days to come out of your system. Them 30 days was probably up by the time he took that next test. But just don't try to make us feel like it's faulty tests. Just keep it 100 and say whether he backsliding, but whether he, whatever happens, I'm gonna stick beside him. Just say that. That would make more sense to me. Lily said, didn't help that she herself said that she was unable to stay single. Maybe she was with her husband, Joey, and other men. Child, I don't know. And Latoya said he took something to clean his system. They trauma bonding. Everybody is trauma bonded on this show. But I like just if you want to stick beside him, you grown, do that. And where was Tatum coming from talking about, so she suggests that when he come home, he go live with his mom and Joey has to earn the right to stay there with her. Like, she's a hater, y'all. I don't care what you say. She's a hater and she wants to see that relationship fail. Even in her confessional, she said it's not gonna work. He gonna come home and in a couple of weeks he gonna be back to it again. Like, she has no faith in him, no faith in their relationship, and the grin on her face all the time is giving, I want this to fail. She is not genuinely happy for them. And how do you keep somebody around you like that is preying on your downfall? I don't know. But you sticking beside him, cool. But that voicemail that he left, because we saw at the end of the episode, she did finally get divorced. So I'm pretty sure they're gonna move forward with their wedding. I'm hoping that she signed up for the reunion too. I was trying to confirm her yesterday. I didn't get a response yet. Nobody wants to come be held accountable, y'all. I'm trying, but I tell you, they don't want to answer to y'all. They do not want to answer y'all questions. They worried about Toria, Lily, D Candy, all of my Canelo Barb. They worried about answering to y'all. I'm telling you. They really are. Canelo Barb says she's right on the part. He's a drug addict, and who knows what can happen between him and them kids. Hi, yeah. I get what you're saying, Canelo Barb, but do I think that was Tatum's reasoning behind saying don't let him come back here right now, let him go to his mom's house? I don't. I don't think that was her reasoning behind it. She's a hater and she doesn't want to see their relationship flourish. I get exactly what you're saying. And a sound person that really cared about their relationship would said that for that reason. But they don't want to answer to y'all. I'm telling you, it's hard out here trying to get them together. But I'm gonna keep on, even if we do it midweek. If they can't do it tomorrow, I'll try to see if they can do it midweek. Because side note, y'all, reality recap is turning 2 years old on Wednesday. That would be a great birthday episode if they could come together on Wednesday. So I'm gonna keep pushing for it, y'all, but they don't want to answer y'all questions. They really don't. They don't. But back to that voicemail. So we know she got a divorce. He left a voicemail on Kim's phone. We heard the voicemail where he said, to me, it sounded like he was, what did y'all take from the voicemail he left where he said that, he want to come home and do right, that he got a family that loves him and he doesn't want to take that for granted and he loves him and he's tired of doing the wrong things. Did y'all take that as confession that he really had been doing more than the THC? That's how I took it. Did y'all take it that way? Let me know. But I took it with listening to that voicemail. To me, it seemed like something else was brewing other than just THC from the CBD store. D Candy said, yes, she took it like that. Latoria said, everybody said it. Lily said, I did. Latoria said, yes. D Candy said, yes. Hey, Fly Girl 03, thank you for checking in on Instagram. She said, yep. So that voicemail was like, then what we've been doing all this time? Because he, to me, was saying that was the case. But listen, grown ass woman, she's gonna stick beside him. We'll see what happens with them and if we can get them on my little reunion get together. Last couple, I'm only gonna spend 2 seconds on is Justine and Mike. I wasn't interested in their storyline this entire season. I told you guys last week, I'm not going to sit here and paint Justine's mom as a bad mom because Justine is telling us to. At the end of the day, Justine been having kids since she was a teenager. And I'm sure her mom has been there helping her financially, supporting her. She was the one babysitting and helping you out before you moved to Vegas. So I'm not going to sit here and paint her out to be some bad mom because you've made poor decisions with the men that you've dated and she's had to pick up the slack for that. She's tired of that shit. And we also learned from her mother that she thought that Mike had a vasectomy. He told her he was getting a vasectomy and he didn't. And now here you come pregnant again against the doctor's, not I'm not going to say the doctor's wishes, but against their recommendations. You're pregnant again. It's high risk. You could lose your life, leaving behind 9 kids. I'm glad that everything came out okay and the baby's healthy and she's good. All that great stuff. Great. But we're not going to pay her out to be no bad mom. I ain't doing it. Mom tired of y'all shit. That's the bottom line. So I'm not even about to sit here and do that and play like they ain't connected and she tired of y'all shit. And I was like, oh, okay. Makes more sense. She thought he got a vasectomy, which he kind of slid out of, and there was no more conversation about vasectomy, yet she got her tubes tied. So he could still be out here making babies. Now, do I think he's going to do that? No. He seems to love her. They're in a loving marriage. They got their blended family, and it's starting to work good. They got majority of the kids out there in Vegas, but the conversation started as a vasectomy and ended up as you getting your tubes tied on the table when you already was in a point where you could lose your life. But we're going to go ahead and tie these tubes while we down here if you don't hemorrhage to death. Okay. What are we talking about? Yeah. D Candy said 5 kids you had, no fathers at the first. Mom was there. She was. How D Candy said they house be looking crazy. I was just looking at the fact like how, and my kids are very close together. They're 17 months apart. So when I found out I was pregnant with the second child, my first one was like 10 months at that point. But just seeing their bedroom and seeing that you still got Maddie in the crib in your room, and now you're gonna have what, a bassinet with another baby? That's crazy. Good luck to her and her sound mind. Was the baby's name was Brooklyn, right? Because she's Manhattan, right? So I guess they're trying to get all the boroughs in there. But she says she done at this point. Unless he have some side babies and he gonna get the rest of his borough. But they supposed to be done. They supposed to be done, y'all. But yeah, we're not gonna pay her mom out to be a bad person. I don't believe that. I will say this. when Justine was talking to her mom and the mom questioned, like, okay, so you had to get a will together. What does that will say? And she was like, it says that, her daughter, Kylie, and her husband would take over handling the kids. And the mother was like, she's not for Kylie quitting college. And she's like, well, you don't got nothing to say. You'll say, well, what you got to say don't even matter. What if your mother was looking to step in and help if something, God forbid, was to happen to you? And she's saying, well, I don't want Kylie to stop school. Why would you want Kylie to stop school? Why? So again, we're not going to pay her out to be the bad mom because you're making poor decisions, like telling your oldest child that she would have to drop out of college to take care of the kids you made if something was to happen to you. What? And Tori said, I think Justine wrong for putting that responsibility on her daughter. Is it Brooklyn Million Banks? Or was it just Million? Well, he was saying Millie. Where did I get Brooklyn from? Because he said something about Brooklyn, and Brooklyn is the kid that built the bridge between the family or something like that. I don't know. But I did hit a million. You right. So I just felt like the mom was saying, like, I'm not for colleagues quitting school. It almost seemed like she was about to say, or would say, I would step in and help Mike, or Mike's mom is here and I'll do what I can as well. Let's not talk about Kylie having to come out of school. But the way she talked to her was rude. At least that Million Banks girl, not Brooklyn. Why was he saying Brooklyn is the bridge? Is that one of his other kids' name? I don't know. 9 kids. I can't keep up with these names, but I did hear the million. You right. But yeah, I'm glad the delivery was successful though. And y'all saw they dropped their rap duet. Y'all like their rap song? It went a little hard though. The rap song was a little bit of a bop. It was a little bit of a bop. But I didn't know that Justine was a rapper. She definitely had the voice for it. She sounded like it. But did y'all stream that? Y'all cop that on iTunes yet? Let me know. I'm about to get off here with y'all. Y'all always got me starting. Okay? Always got me starting. But yeah, those are my thoughts on the finale of Life After Lockup. Love During Lockup will premiere. You know what? I think I'm going to do a watch party. We have not done a watch party in the girls' playroom in quite some time. I think we need a Love During Lockup premiere watch party on Instagram Live and Facebook Live. I'm going to work out the logistics of that, maybe move my webcam in there or something so we can see it across all platforms. But we're going to have a watch party for Love During Lockup next Friday. I'm going to work it out so we can watch the season premiere together. I'm ready for some all new on some all new couples. I saw the little sneak peek they gave us last night, and I'm here for it. I'm seated and I'm ready, and we're going to continue these Saturday tea talks on the new episodes of Love During Lockup. Now, before I get out of here, I'm also going to drop some recorded podcasts today. So I will be dropping a recap of Real Housewives of Beverly Hills from this past week, of Salt Lake City, which was so good. Salt Lake City is so nasty and so rude. I love it to death. We were hair shaming with high body count hair. So Salt Lake City, I will drop that recording this evening as well. And I'm gonna give you my thoughts on Southern Charm. I don't know. I'm a day one watcher of Southern Charm. I've watched it since season 1. I did recap it last season. I don't know yet how I feel about them, but I'm gonna give you just a cute little rundown of my literally first thoughts, which y'all know can be deadly sometimes. So my first thoughts while I was watching, I was just typing what came to my mind. I'm gonna just run that down to y'all in a little 15-20 minute video. So look out for that. So you have to make sure, all of my podcasts are not live right now. So I've been doing recordings to make sure I can keep up. So you have to subscribe to my YouTube channel, please. Link is in bio on Instagram and Facebook. If you are not If you are not subscribed, please go over there and subscribe. Make sure you like my videos, share my videos while you're over there. Please. I appreciate it. But as I always say, Bell Collective and Love and Marriage Huntsville, I will recap. I think that's what you're talking about. But Bell Collective and Love and Marriage Huntsville, I will do that tomorrow. So you will get the recap. We're going to watch the episode tonight. I watched Bell Collective last night, and I will do that recap tomorrow. So y'all look out for that. Now, before I get out of here, as I always say, reality TV stars and humans too. Let's not forget that. It's your girl V. Thank y'all for hanging out with me. Thank y'all for keeping the chats going and keeping me cracking up. I appreciate all of you. Welcome, new followers. We're continuing to grow. So welcome. And thank y'all for hanging out with me. And y'all look out for those recorded episodes. I will have them out to you later on this evening. Go watch Love and Marriage Huntsville so y'all can come back and have a kiki with me tomorrow. Look out for that as well. It's your girl V with Reality Recap. Y'all have a great weekend. Peace.